Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. This is a decisive week. But a part of me says that every week has been decisive, right? Right from the time we lost to Nottingham Forest after that Arsenal victory at the Emirates, every week was decisive, every game was a final. So for me, this is a bit of a media hype that this is the decisive week. This will decide City scores of whether we'll go on to win the treble, whether we'll go on to win the Premier League, the Champions League, so on. For me, if what about the other games which we played in the past weeks for the last 1 month? What about the unbeaten winning streak we are on? I think it's 10 matches in the Premier League and it's 20 unbeaten matches uh, all around. I know the exact numbers, but it is 20 unbeaten matches in all competitions. What about all of those things? So for me, every match in the past 1 month has been decisive. So I would like to look at it like that. I'm sure Pep would have told his players the same thing. Pep was telling since that Nottingham Forest defeat, he was telling that every match is a final. We lose a match and it's titles over. I think Pep will go with the same attitude. There's nothing called as a decisive week. Yes, you're facing Real, yes, you're facing this. But what about when we were facing Bayern Munich and we had Leicester sandwiched in between? Surely when that was a tough week. And we had to go away as well to Allianz Arena. Okay, we were 3-0 up, but 3-0 is nothing in Champions League. It could just change in an instant. So I this is Goodison Park, one of the worst fixtures to be sandwiched in between two Real Madrid games. I'll tell you that. But for me, looking at this, Fulham was difficult. Fulham at Craven Cottage was a slippery. This thing 1-1 could easily have given away a penalty in the second half. Two good penalty shouts by Fulham. We never scored. Defended for our lives. Had some scares. Craven after the Arsenal victory, Craven Cottage was difficult. West Ham was difficult for the first half, and so where we didn't score any goals. Leeds was slippery. Last 8 minutes, one more ball forward. Who knows a draw? What would have happened? So I would like to look at this game and say we could have slipped up long way before this game, especially in the last week. Fulham, West Ham, Leeds, potentially three banana skins. Leeds fighting for their lives. So just tell the players just go on and give it your all. That's all. This game for me is not going to decide the title because last season we did not have any cushion over Liverpool. 2018-19 when Liverpool were chasing us, we did not have any cushion, right? We won last 15 matches or 16 matches because Liverpool were winning everything. We won leagues by 1 point. Liverpool 97 as 98. Last season 18-19. This season we're having a 4 point cushion. So for me, it's not the end of the world if it's a draw or something like that. I would not prefer a loss because it would put on pressure in the last three matches, which is a must win for us. But draw is not the end of the world. Come on, because last season as well we drew with West Ham, 2-0 down, drew with West Ham, and uh, we won the last match at Aston Villa. So draw is not the end of the world for me, but it'll be interesting to see how Pep Guardiola and City approach this because Rodri for me is if I look at the lineup, the mid. I've actually not changed the lineup. I'll just change it. I just forgot to change the lineup actually. It's just a old lineup there. Let us just change the lineup. Yes, the lineup changed now. Yeah, when I look at that lineup, the midfield for me is a bit concerning. Gundogan and Rodri. Not concerning about the quality of the midfield because the quality of the midfield is very, very good. The concerning thing is rest. Gundogan played against Leeds, playing now. Played against Leeds, Real Madrid playing now. Will start against Real Madrid second leg. The only source of rest for Gundogan looks to be against Chelsea, depending on where we are after that Real Madrid second leg. That seems to be the thing. The defensive duo is interesting for me. Aymeric Laporte and Ruben Diaz. I know why he's gone with that lineup because Pep Guardiola expects it to be a physical battle more than anything else. But and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin is extremely good in the air, so that's something interesting. But against Brighton, if you actually see, Dwight McNeil and the way he's gone on counters is also something which we should be aware of. But Dwight McNeil versus Kyle Walker, so that will be an interesting battle. We should block the runs of Abdul Decore from the midfield. That will be an interesting battle again. But Calvert-Lewin is good in the air, but Calvert-Lewin is not like a Mitrovic or someone who is very slow. He's fast as well, so his heading ability and all is also. I'm sorry, his ability to make runs through even that is also actually something we should take care of. So will not be a straightforward battle at all. Will not be a straightforward battle with the Goodison crowd with Everton, especially after that Brighton win. They'll waste time. Pickford will try to take the sting out of the game. A lot of Arsenal fans will be looking at this. It'll be an interesting game, but what I don't want us to be is have panic. Have panic. We have been there before, so do not have panic. Especially panic before that Real Madrid game. That is what we do not want to have. We cannot panic. That's not what title winning teams do. We just cannot panic. Phil Foden will be interesting because I mean this is a question many people were asking that after the Madrid tie should Pep have subbed on Foden for the last 10-15 minutes at least. The answer which Pep Guardiola gave in the press conference was actually very interesting. He told that he thought about subs, especially looking at the tiredness of Bernardo, Grealish, and everyone. But what he told was something very fascinating for me. He told that the team at that time was not ready for players with dynamic movements, which meant that the team was not ready with players without that pausa, which means the ability to have control. Foden is someone who's quick, who's fast, and I think that actually shows you the insight of what Pep Guardiola was thinking before the Real Madrid game. Pep Guardiola, I think he wanted to get out of the game with a nil-nil draw. I think he was happy with even a 1-0 defeat at Real Madrid because of no away goals and stuff. He was happy with the 1-0 defeat as well there. He just did not want to lose heavily. A draw was his preferred result. I mean, people are telling that why that Haaland did not come into the game at Real Madrid and all. The game was designed such that Haaland was not necessary in the game. Haaland was the game was designed to be played actually without Erling Haaland. I'll go to the extent of that. If a chance falls, probably Haaland was designed to take it, but it was played not to be for Erling Haaland. The game was designed to be defensive. The game was designed for City to have control. The game wasn't designed for City to play Haaland through. There were chances to play Haaland through. City did not want to risk it because so often in the past, Monaco away, what happened? Lost 2016. Then Liverpool at Anfield lost the first leg 3-0 and the tie was done in the first leg. Spurs away lost 1-0. Lyon on a neutral ground lost 3-1. So all of the Real Madrid, Bernabeu last season, not quite like the others, but still lost that leg like right 3-1 or something. So if you just see this pattern, it's like Pep Guardiola has realized the away legs. We just cannot lose the away legs. It could be a draw. That's fine for me. We just cannot lose the away legs by such a big margin. So then the game was designed for that. But again, for me, that actually begs the question. That actually begs the question that why couldn't Julian Alvarez have played? He has in place of Erling Haaland. That's an interesting one because if you knew that Haaland would be tightly marked by Rudiger and who was David Alaba and all, I think you play Julian Alvarez. What you do is he can play as a false nine. Julian Alvarez is one of the best false nines in world football. Julian Alvarez. So you play him as a false nine. It suddenly means Rudiger and Alaba are out of the game because now they will not know whether to come with Alvarez or go there. No man marking job. And when Rudiger doesn't have a man marking job, he's not that good. He's not that intelligent at coming into the midfield and he makes rash decisions. So you've seen what happened with Gabriel Jesus last time. We played Jesus first leg, we blew Madrid away. So defensively not good last time. That was a different thing. But I think playing Julian Alvarez, it gives you an extra body in the midfield. You could have defended better for Modric's Cruz. You could have outnumbered people there with or without John Stones coming into the midfield. You could have blocked off the supply lines of Vinicius Junior better, and you could also maybe use Gundogan and Dubrana better for making those runs from the midfield. I think Julian Alvarez, the Madrid game was calling out for Julian Alvarez in a way, especially the first leg. I think Pep Guardiola should have gone on to Haaland and said, "See, this is the game plan. Anyway, we are not planning to play through balls and things here at the Bernabeu. We want to keep it tight. So I'll play Julian instead of you." I think that should have been the message to Haaland, and Haaland would have understood. Second leg, unleash Haaland on them. That should have been the game plan, because you play Haaland and it suddenly assigns specific roles to specific people there at the centre back positions, which Madrid are good at doing. And do you think people like Rudiger, Carvajal, and everyone, they have the experience of dealing with, they have the intelligence, I would say, of dealing with false nines and stuff? No, they bloody don't. So that was a trick I thought probably Pep should have done. I know if it backfired, the entire media would almost be like, Pep is overthought and something, but I actually think that Julian Alvarez was a trick we missed. Arsenal fans would be keenly watching this. I think this game and Chelsea home game are, again, every game has been a cup final for us, so I would not sit here and say, but they could be they could be almost the end of the marathon for us. These two games. What I would say is these last three games are almost the end of the marathon for us, because then we'll have rest before the uh, other games. For example, the cup final, and fingers crossed the CL final. I don't want to jinx it, but fingers crossed again. And then we could then afford a loss or even a draw if we do well in these two games, Everton and Chelsea. So Chelsea at home. So in a way, a lot of the end game is dependent on this. It's almost like in lawn tennis, it's almost like deuce. That's the point we are in now. I would say deuce, and we have the advantage now. It's not the end of the world if you lose your advantage, but you don't want to finish it off. That's what it is, because you never know when the opponent can gain an advantage, and also that is something interesting. And Pep has not made wholesale changes like people expected. Stones for Laporte, Alvarez for KDB, and Foden for Grealish. I think they're expected. Bernardo didn't play, so this obviously gives it away that he wants Grealish and Bernardo to play against Madrid, because Bernardo, Walker, that this thing, and I think Pep will go with the same squad against Real Madrid actually that he did. A big part of me wants Pep to start Riyad Mahrez on the right wing against Real Madrid, but is he capable of the defensive work against Vinicius Junior? I do not know. I do not actually know. So the players are in the tunnel right now, feeling nerves, feeling jittery, like I always do before City games. The tunnel in the Goodison Park is so narrow as well. Everton, I think, are pretty much safe. Southampton's gone. Leicester, I think, will be on the way down as well. And I think the third spot will be interesting. Leeds, Nottingham Forest. I think Everton have many points now to go down, but Leeds, Nottingham Forest, it will be. I think it will be. I personally think it will be a toss up between them, Leeds and Nottingham Forest. That 2-2 against Newcastle was interesting. It could easily have been us. It could easily have been us in the last minute because a team fighting relegation sends something, and we had given them a sniff in the last 5 minutes. I literally, after that Leeds goal went in, I was shocked. I literally could not watch for the next 1-2 minutes because you just had the Nottingham Forest feeling all around. Because we just could not afford to drop points of all places to Leeds at home because down the line we had Everton away, Brighton away, Brentford away. Tough games, tough games. All the players are walking down out on the pitch. Mason Holgate at left back instead of Mikalenko. That's an interesting change because thought Mikalenko was very good. Mason Holgate is a centre back, so you can look at Sean Dyche's strategy there. He almost. I'm not hoping that he will play back three and stuff like that, but you can almost see that Sean Dyche will have the four centre backs. If I could say Patterson is a full back, but would at least have those three centre backs there sitting nice and deep and try to hit us on the counter with Dicavera's runs and stuff. They have pace up front, Iwobi, Dwight McNeil, Dicavere. Gonna be a tough game. Just like Fulham away was a tough game. It took a Julian Alvarez screamer to win that Fulham away game. The same thing like I think Leicester away. Or was it Leicester at home? I think it was Leicester at home, I think. He did 19 season when Vincent Company hit that banger. Sometimes I think it takes bangers to separate teams in title races. It's a new look. It's new look wingers for City. At least the white players after a long time. Mahrez and Riyad Mahrez. Sorry, not Mahrez and Riyad Mahrez. It's Foden and Riyad Mahrez. I think you can understand why he's playing Holgate against Riyad Mahrez because Mekalenko attacking fullback, Riyad Mahrez dribbler, one of the great attacking wingers of our time in the Premier League in world football. So you can understand why he's doing that. Joel Garner, I think he's the one who's on loan from Manchester United. He's playing as well. We're almost ready to kick off over here. Brace yourself for a tough game, guys. Brace yourself for a nervy game here. City are in a huddle, and I think it's Gundogan who's in the team talk, though I can't be sure. Yeah, it's Gundogan, I think. He's the captain. You're almost ready to kick off here. And City have kicked it off. We are kicking off from left to right. Very pivotal time in the title race. Kyle Walker, Riyad Mahrez there. Kyle Walker, Riyad Mahrez putting a ball in. Those balls will be very difficult to defend against. Kyle Walker back to Edison. See, those are the balls that we need to be careful of. Amaric Laporte coming out with the ball. Those are the balls we need to be extremely careful of. Mahrez putting a bowling and straight it was Iwobi out. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was came out with the ball. So it's a throw in for City. What happened to the referee here? He's called in Haaland and Yerry Mina. What's happened? Now Yerry Mina will tag mark Erling Haaland. Everton players are just they're not sitting back. They're actually playing on the counter. They're coming. I think it will be the same template that they played against Brighton. Manuela Kanji. Sorry, it's Kyle Walker with the ball. Ball was long actually. Otherwise, Erling Haaland had a chance to be in there. Let us count the seconds which Pickford wastes. It's already 5 seconds. Pickford. Ref, give him a yellow card. He's taken 10 seconds on that bloody goal kick. Amrik Laporte coming out of the ball. City are very quick because they know Pickford will waste a lot of seconds. I want Anthony Taylor to give an early yellow card to Pickford actually. Amrik Laporte. Rodri. Good ball there from Rodri to find Kyle Walker. Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez back to Diaz. Amrik Laporte. Again, I know they're trying to play that ball into Erling Haaland. Now let us actually count the seconds that Pickford takes again. He's bloody again taking 10, 15 seconds. Ah, that's a good attack from Everton. It's been a lively start to the game. Everton are actually not sitting back. They're playing on the front foot. Front foot in the sense they're playing good counter-attacking football. Amrik Laporte, Rodri, bad pass by Kyle Walker. Bad pass by Kyle Walker. That's good. That's good pressing from City. The game has just burst open here. Everton on the attack. And it's a corner for Everton. Tull starts with a bad pass by Kyle Walker. You just cannot afford to do that. Everton are very good from set pieces. Well defended, very well defended. It will be another set piece from Dwight McNeil, I guess. That was almost a mistake from Ruben Diaz over there. City are making a few mistakes here. City are making a few mistakes here. The press is good from Everton. He's given it straight to Alex Iwobi. Edison does well to recover. Good ball there to Riyad Mahrez. That's a foul, and Mason Holgate should get a yellow card. This is Anthony Taylor. He gives out yellow cards very easily. He's not like that Real Madrid ref who was never giving yellow card. It's a good start to the game by Riyad Mahrez, and it's a free kick opportunity for Riyad Mahrez. Need to make our physicality count. We are a big team as well nowadays. I think it's Mahrez left-footed in swinger more than anything else. It's just banged in fast. It's from cleared by an Everton player who did not know where the ball was. Manuel Akanji. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, his hold-up play is very good. It's Alex Iwobi. Great defending by Aymeric Laporte. Fantastic defending by Kyle Walker, actually, not Aymeric Laporte. It's a corner. It's a corner for Everton again. Wow, this game is not. It's actually a City goal kick, but anyway, this game has just burst into life. Jordan Pickford, Ruben Diaz with the ball. Just need to be careful in playing those through balls up front. That's excellent combination play there. It was almost intercepted, but anyway, it was very good. Kyle Walker now. Rodri, Phil Foden. It's a City throw. City are utilizing both the flanks well. Generally, we predominantly try to utilize only one flank, overloaded, but we're utilizing both the flanks. Julian Alvarez. It was almost what a ball to Erling Haaland. Amrit Laporte is so far ahead. Phil Foden, Rodri, switch it to Riyad Mahrez. Kyle Walker actually, now it's Rodri. Phil Foden there. trying to drive into the box aggressively, but he just can't get in. Ah, Abdul Dikaure there, and City pins the ball back, and now a counter attack is on for City. It needed Kevin De Bruyne in that situation actually. Everton get back. Wow, it's just 11 minutes, but the game is just so quick and fascinating already. Kyle Walker there have been nervy moments in this first 10 11 minutes. Phil Ford and Julian Alvarez. Ah, Manuel Akanji. Think we need to stop those predictable balls to Hall and we need to utilize some other route. That's very well intercepted there. I think it's Riyad Mahrez. Good defensive work, Riyad. Very good defensive work, Riyad. That has been a facet of City's game this season. The wide players, be it Grealish, Bernardo, Ford, and Mahrez as well. The defensive work rate has been exceptional, I would say. Kyle Walker, back to Ruben Diaz, Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez now. Ah, that was such a good ball by Julian Alvarez, but the defending was superb as well. You have to appreciate it when the defending is superb. Jordan Pickford kicks it out. It's a City throw. We need to create chances. That's the thing for me. We have not created any chances. It's a corner for City. We have created a few opportunities, crossing opportunities and stuff, but there are no clear cut chances. That is the one thing which I'll be a little bit concerned about if I'm Pep Guardiola. No clear cut chances in any shape or form. Pep Guardiola instructing something to Manuel Akanji. It's another throw in for City. And an Everton player is already down. Yerimina, I think he's the one who's down. And Everton time wasting has started over here. There was nothing in that. Yerimina is just acting over there. City passing the ball around. Ruben Diaz. There are no clear-cut opportunities in the first 16 minutes already. I know it's a tough away ground, but I thought we could have come off to a much quicker start and then probably rest Rodri and stuff, but doesn't seem to be the case. And Everton is sort of not even sitting back. Their front three are very much active and the defense is actually sitting back. So interesting mid block, I would say they're playing in. Phil Foden. Wonderful touch there by Riyad Mahrez. The ball wasn't good enough. The ball wasn't good enough. What a chance! Ah, Ikai Gundogan with the touch just could not shoot. Ah, chance. Ikai. That was a chance for Gundogan there. I mean, those bodies, the ball fell to him. The touch just gave. You need a Haaland on that with a one-touch finish. The touch actually gave the defender a chance over there to get back. Ah, chance for Ikai Gundogan. That's a chance. Ah, it's a chance. If that goes in, the complexion of the game is actually changed. Ah, I don't know why are we overhitting balls today. Why are the balls not pinpoint? I just can't understand. Just can't understand at all why we are overhitting so many balls. It's not the first ball, it's the second, third, and fourth ball that we have overhit today. One thing though we are been excellent on is the second balls. Kyle Walker, Riyad Mahrez, back to Kyle Walker. Zero attempts on goal. Just leave target, but zero attempts on goal by either team. City are having close to 80% possession. Riyad Mahrez there with the Mestan pass, and Ruben Diaz is there to hit it out for Everton throw. And Everton are wasting a lot of time. That's well intercepted again, and City get the ball back. We need to start mounting attacks now. It's already 20 minutes. We're into the game. We need to start mounting attacks. Phil Foden there. That is excellent. And it's a corner. It's a good tackle from Idrissa Guy, and it's a corner for City. That is a wonderful attack again. I think it is marginally offside, but anyway, it's a corner right now. Haaland was waiting there. think the final ball's not been that good today. The final ball hasn't been good at all. And the corner's been shite as well. They have been shite since a long time for City. The corners. For me, I think Gundogan and Alvarez are the best corner takers, but don't know why KDB and Mahrez don't take corners as well. Aymeric Laporte, Ruben Diaz, Kyle Walker, Walker to Mahrez, Riyad. Go aggressively and attack the defender. Don't play back passes. I know it's difficult when a team is sitting back and looking to hit you on the counter not to play back passes because you don't want to be the one who loses the ball and springs the counter attack. So Riyad Mahrez is there. It's a corner for City. I think we just need to utilize Erling Haaland a little bit more here. We're just not having any service into him. That's a good ball, but how can Phil Foden win a header against one of the defenders? It's a wish at the best. It's a wish of optimism at the best. I think Rodri was. It's again out. Ah, why are we playing? Why are we overhitting all of the crosses and everything? Guardiola is just so frustrated. We're having chances to put a decent ball into the box. See, the minimum you can do is put a decent ball into the box. And then if the opposition defends well, that's fine. Just at least put a decent ball into the box. At least that's the minimum can ask for. It's the bloody green kid as well. Everton get the ball back. That's good defending by Manuel Akanji. But a bad clearance from Edison. That's well defended. The press of City is doing very well to force Everton back. Each time we lose the ball. That's a foul on Everton. It's a foul by Gundo. The thing I'm frustrated about is that we're not able to make the most out of the chances that we are getting. Chances in terms of putting the ball inside the box. 24 minutes, zero shots. Leave target, zero attempts on goal. So, and it's a free kick for Everton now. It's a corner for Everton, well defended by Ruben Diaz, but now we have to defend a corner as well. Yeah, both the teams have had good corners, two for Everton and three for City. So Edison does well there to get a punch. Ah, you probably needed the ball to fall to Erling Haaland over there on that counter attack. Good work by Mahrez pressing Pickford and City get the ball back. Loads of space. Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri, we can get the ball moving forward now. Ah, Alvarez loses it. Julian just can't lose it in that area. Just can't lose it in that area, Julian. Just can't lose it. Since that Fulham game, I think that he had a good game there, but after that, Julian Alvarez has just been losing the ball a lot. Zakavullah Iziri says, "How's the day, bro?" It's tense. It's tense, bro. It's tense, buddy. The day's been tense. This game is so. I mean, this week itself is so important for us. And it's a penalty. No, it's a corner. For a moment there, I thought it was a penalty. How's your day been, buddy? How's your day been? For me, I'm feeling tense. 24 minutes, no shots on target. Everton are going on the counter. Just don't know. Good, that's nice. That's nice. Just want City to bloody score here. Ah, keep your shot down, Riyad. Good chance for him outside the box. The minimum we can do is to keep the bloody ball down. Gundogan overhitting crosses, Laporte overhitting passes. Now Riyad Mahrez, Akanji playing overhead passes to Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland has had zero touches. I think he's had more touches of Yerimina than he's had touches of the ball, I think. Give it back to Edison. Yes. Come on, guys, be a bit more quick in the build up. By the way, what did you think of the Real Madrid tie mate? What did you think? Zakaola saying you think we are exhausted? Obviously, yes, we are exhausted, but what I feel is when you're winning, when you're going on these runs, there's nothing called as exhaustion. It's you know the I call it the drug of I wouldn't say drug, but the excitement of winning. It far outweighs the tiredness in your legs. It's when you're losing, when things are not going well. Chelsea example. Chelsea won the season to end. We could even play 10 games now every 3 days because that's what winning does to you actually. So I won't say exhausted. In fact, I would say we are excited to go on and play these games, historic chance of a treble. But this is a tough, difficult place to come to. Craven Cottage was difficult. This is a difficult place. MX Stadium will be difficult. The Brighton ground will be difficult as well. Just cannot panic. That's the only thing. Just cannot panic. Good defending from Kyle Walker, from Ruben Diaz there. He's been extremely good today. He's been very good. Manuel pass it to Kyle. He's passed it back to Edison again. Eddie. Edison was in a low starting block over there, and Erling Haaland for the first time. Zakaolis is 3-1 City on Wednesday. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm super tense for that. I'm super tense for this week as well. This entire week. See, if we can come out of this entire week unscathed without losing at all, then I think we bloody have a great chance of a treble. Bigger chance than what Liverpool have had. That's why I think this game is a tough game because the other two games we have at home against Chelsea and stuff. Riyad Mahrez, Kyle Walker, bloody put a good ball into the box. It's a shit ball into the box. I think we need to buy Johan Kuto in the summer for crossing ability. We need someone crossing ability. They're checking something. What are they checking? Are they checking a penalty or something? It's not a penalty anyway. No City player asks for it. Riyad Mahrez, bloody put a good set piece in. That's all I ask for. Good shot there. Very good shot. Riyad with the ball. Good shot by Phil Foden over there. Pass it. Julian, give it out wide. Riyad is there. Riyad is there. Give it out wide. Just not able to muster a shot on goal. That's excellent from Ruben Diaz. Phil Foden there. Manuel Akanji. Riyad Mahrez actually. Heavy touch. What the hell are you doing, man? Heavy touch and Calvert-Lewin is almost in over there. Had to foul Calvert-Lewin. Had to foul Calvert-Lewin. Can't give away those heavy touches. Bloody Everton have the ball now. Just cannot do it. Just cannot give away those heavy touches. Calvert-Lewin was through. Probably Riyad did not have to make the foul. We had four players around Calvert-Lewin, but it's enough. It's not in a dangerous zone anyway. That's well defended. That's very well defended there. Just don't bloody concede a goal from these stupid set pieces. Phil Foden does extremely well there. Phil Foden does it. Julian Alvarez is through. Julian. You needed a Haaland on that to be through there. Julian Alvarez is through, but it's the pace. You needed a Haaland on that to be through. Half chance. The Gundogan's chance was very good actually. Still no shot on target, no shot on goal. Forget bloody target, no shot on goal at all till now. Someone take the ball of bloody Alex Iwobi. From when are Shonda's teams able to keep possession against us? Where is the press? Where is the bloody press, mate? That's good, and we get the ball back. 3 on 2 at the back. 3 on 2 at the back. I think we're done here. I think we're done here. Good defending there by Kyle Walker. Ah, what do you think about this, buddy? The way this game's going. What are we doing here? Was it good defending? Yes, it's good defending by Kyle Walker over there. Calvert-Lewin was almost ready to pull the trigger. Another corner to defend. Who gives the Shandai's team these many corners? It's almost giving another team the penalty to score with. That's a goal kick for City. Who? What do you think? Who do you think is Gundo's replacement if he leaves? I mean, I potentially want him to stay for at least a year. He's asking for a 2 year contract. We are ready to offer him 1 year. I have a feeling that he will stay for one more year, but I potentially think there'll be a compromise and he might stay for one more year. But it's interesting because we are not getting Jude Bellingham for sure. Florian Wirtz for me is an interesting option. Alexis McAllister is an interesting option from Foden's driving. Foden's driving. Rodri with his long shot, but no staying in it. Yeah, Florian Wirtz for me is a very good option. Uh, when replacing Gundo, one thing we must see is does the player have the mischief in his play, like Peter Theory says? Can he make those late runs into the box? And for me, I've always preferred Florian Wirtz or Jude Bellingham to be Gundogan's replacement because Florian Wirtz makes those late runs into the box. But if you actually ask me, well, Alexis McAllister has been mentioned as well. But if you really ask me, we have Oscar Bob coming through the academy. We have James McAtee coming through the academy, who they call Salford Silva. He makes those late runs into the box. He's been Sheffield United's player of the season in the championship. Sheffield United is coming up and he's played a good part in that. So Oscar Bob, we have Shia Charles, James McAtee, Cole Palmer has already been on the first team. So you literally have four youth players coming through. We have Tommy Doyle, so five youth players coming through. So I actually Riyad Mahrez is there out of room. So I actually want the youth players to replace Gundogan, not someone who we actually buy because this. this transfer window will be this transfer window could be a huge one in terms of our ambition towards developing. And we score! It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal! Ikai Gundogan scores! It's a goal! Ikai! What a goal! Ikai Gundogan goal! Wow! What a goal by Ikai Gundogan over there! City needed it! We needed it to calm all of our nerves down! What a goal! What a goal there! What a fantastic goal! Vinay, what a goal, right? Exactly, Vinay, what a goal. Ikai Gundogan learning some tricks from Erling Haaland over there. That finish is just it's a no see finish. It's an Ikai Gundogan special. What a goal! And you can see from the reaction of Pep Guardiola how much this goal means to him. What a goal! It is clearly a big goal, right? Wow. I think Gundogan had a better chance, right? In the first sort of 20-25 minutes when the ball just fell to him. He just could not do his touch took it away. But yeah, it's a goal kick and it's I mean it's a first shot, I think it's a first shot and first goal. First shot on goal today. It's just superb, that's this is an example to the previous question. Who will be Gundogan's replacement? See, we need a player who could do these inside the box, who could ghost inside. For me, there are two players in the team right now who could. Oh, it's the second goal! It's the second goal again! Oli! Oli Haaland is in the party! Oli Haaland is in the mood! Come on! Oli! What a goal there! City are on fire! Goodison Park! Two goals! Wow! You know the intelligence over there. I don't know. You guys have to tell me who is the player there who moved away from the offside position. Who moved away from the offside position over there? Let me look. Yeah, Foden left good. Exactly. Football intelligence. Foden left good. Foden left good. And who is the assist provider? Phil Foden left good exactly. And who is the assist provider? Ikai Gundogan. What is Gundogan doing? I think when the title race is tough, Ikai Gundogan comes to the party. What a player! Pep signed him up for lifetime at the club. Pep Guardiola. We want we want Ikai Gundogan for lifetime at this club. We want Ikai Gundogan to be given. I mean, Pep, just make Ikai Gundogan your assistant after he's finished playing. Give him the contract he wants. We know that he's doing his UEFA licenses. Pep, Ikai Gundogan. Now just don't concede, guys. Just don't concede, guys, before half time. Yeah, I'll change. Thanks for reminding. Thanks for reminding. I'll just change. Just don't go into a shell now. Good defending there, excellent defending, but it was offside. I think it is offside. It is offside. Everton players offside. Wow, Ikai Gundogan. Aren't you guys getting that Aren't you guys getting that Aston Villa vibes there? When Gundogan did something similar. This reminds me to Aston Villa. We were 2-0 down, 75th minute. Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling puts a cross in and Gundogan hits it at the far post. Now it's just the opposite. Gundogan cross in, Haaland hits it. Zakaula says need one more to seal it. Exactly. How about one more before the half? So that you could take out Rodri. But then would you trust Calvin Phillips even with a 3-goal lead? I wouldn't trust him at all with a 6-goal lead as well. Seeing what Calvin Phillips did at Leicester. We'll actually discuss that thing about the Gundogan replacement in the break. I just can't seem to take my focus off this game. Almighty Blues FC is here. Hey, bro. Hi, bro. Hey, Almighty Blues FC. How are you doing? How do you feel about the game? But what I would say is there have been some key defensive, defensive actions before we scored our first goal. Calvert-Lewin was through, Kyle Walker came in. Calvert-Lewin was through, Mahrez commits a goal in a non-dangerous position. Ruben Diaz, I think, with a good tackle when Iwobi was through having the ball. I think so. Good defensive actions. I think this team, the vibe in this team is actually so different. The vibe in this team, in terms of the confidence this team gives you that yes, we can defend. We do not need our attackers to bail us out all the while. We can defend. If only Pep Guardiola, that's a foul on Erling Haaland. It's a clear foul on Erling Haaland. That's a free kick from a good position there. If Pep Guardiola had this team, had the same defensive team at Spurs 2018-19, we could have put that season. Who were the semi-finalists? I think it was Spurs. It was Ajax. It was almost quite an easy run to the final over there with Liverpool. Pep, we could have reached the final. Liverpool Anfield 17-18. The same defense, we could have had a big chance. So I think seeing this team, the defensive structure of this team, I feel happy that Pep Guardiola has at least realized the importance of defensive structure. Zakawula says lonely at the top, isn't it? But we sing our songs at the top. We are ourselves at the top. It's not lonely there. It's better than being in the crowd, right? It's not lonely at all. It's not lonely at all. People who can't get to the top say it's lonely at the top, but I would enjoy and do my thing at the top, be myself at the top rather than be like how others want in the crowd. That's what we are. Almighty Blues FC says our season is over, but having a soft corner for Milan, hoping for a UCL second leg upset. But City is fire. Your season is not over, Almighty Blues FC. Your season is not over at all. You could have a potential say in the title race. Chelsea versus City at home next weekend. You could have a potential say in the title race. Watching the City team over the years, especially, I know that you might be saying Chelsea. What we yesterday we couldn't beat Nottingham Forest. We won against Bournemouth, but we did not have a good game and all. It's the beauty of football. The beauty of football. Pep Guardiola said once. I think it was 2 years back. I don't remember the team. He said that football is the only game in the world where you can do nothing in 93 minutes and then you can score in the last 1 minute of the extra time and you can win the game. You see, for example, with Vinicius Junior, 0.06 xg. Of course, it was with Kevin De Bruyne as well, but 0.06 xg. And Madrid were 1-0 out of nothing. We defended extremely well. So who knows? Chelsea a big banger from outside. So leaving leaving nothing for granted here, leaving nothing for granted. Every second, every minute we fight. More so if you are a City fan, you just cannot take anything for granted. Almighty Blues FC says, I feel the same about 2003-04. After knocking out invincible Arsenal, we lost to Monaco. Exactly. Football can be such a good level. And Foden's in. Excellent skill from Foden. Erling! Just got the back of the head. Riyad. Go on the outside. Will he choose Kyle Walker? Rodri. The shot. Rodri, give it wide. Out wide. Riyad Mahrez. Kyle Walker. Kyle just. Open goal. Ah! Open goal was it? Open goal there. Open goal. Open goal. Almost an open goal. I'll need to see that replay back, but it was an open goal. Could have just that could have been a dagger in the heart for Everton. City are now just playing unto themselves, but pass it to Rodri. Rodri. Give it to Riyad. There is space out wide. Kyle, pass it to Riyad. There's space out wide. Yes. Yeah, I think City will play within themselves. Exactly, Almighty Blues FC. Football can be such a big leveler. You think that you're at the top, and suddenly it pushes you down. Last season, I always keep getting back to that Madrid match. The probability meter there. I've stopped believing it now. It showed 1% chance of Madrid to win 91st minute, and that's it. Aston Villa last season, you know, chance to win the title, Villa go 2-0 up. So lot of examples. The moment you have taken, uh, you think that you're done, you won the game, it can just come to bite you. Vinay says, guys, Mark Goldbridge rage quits stream. You know that guy. He after Vinicius Junior scored the goal, Mark Goldbridge was like, Vinicius Junior, the best player in the world. He just got off his chair and he jumped. And then after De Bruyne scored his goal, it's just that his face was all like, it was like a gaslit balloon. You just prick it and it just gets deflated. That's how his face was. That's how the face of Mark Goldbridge was. It was just, but about Monaco, Almighty Blues FC, the thing about Monaco is, I remember 2016-17, Pep's first season at City, and 5-3 up in the first leg against Monaco. And we go to Monaco, and first 15 minutes we stop playing. We just absolutely stop playing, and we lose that tie. And Centurion season, we defeated Liverpool 5-0, for example. We lose 3-0 at Anfield. So nothing can be given in football. And yeah, um, we'll just discuss the thing about Gundo replacement. For me, the Gundo replacement is, Florian Wirtz comes to mind. Florian Wirtz and McAllister. McAllister for me, I think he's not a Gundo replacement. He for me, Gundo is much more mobile in terms of making those unseen runs into the box, having that mischief like you've seen today. Today is a great example. I don't think McAllister is on that level of Gundogan. Florian Wirtz is the only player I actually see uh, who can replace Gundogan. But like I was saying, this transfer window will be like a judgment day in terms of where do we want our academy to be in the next 3-4 years? Do we want our academy to be like the La Masia of Barcelona, like the youth academy of Real Madrid, which produces good players, like how the youth academy of Chelsea was during that period? Chelsea had a wonderful golden period of youth academy. I think 7, 8 to 16, something like that, where Chelsea were always winning all of the youth cups, all of the Premier Leagues and everything. We are in a situation like what Chelsea were, 5, 6, 7 years ago with their youth academy. We are also now winning all of the youth trophies, right from your under 18s to EDS, under 23s, and also. What do you want to do with this youth actually? Chelsea loaned them out. That was their policy under Roman Abramovich, and they had huge successes, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues. I can't deny that. But now with City, with Sheikh Mansour having invested so much, the first thing he did when he took over was didn't go out and buy all of the superstars like what PSG did. We bought Robinho, He invested close to $1 billion in the academy. He could have bought another club with that money. So so now all of those fruits are coming. What do you do with these fruits? Oscar Bob, James McAtee, Tommy Doyle, Callum Doyle. These people are helping championship teams. The teams championship is a very physical this thing. These players, youth players at this age are helping championship teams who are on loan come up. So I think if we buy players to replace Gundo, then it means that it would be not showing trust in the academy. It would be not giving hope to the academy players who are coming through that if you have talent, if you have perseverance, the City will somehow put you into the first team. So for me, I think it's fine if we go one or two seasons without silverware as well, if it means that integrating these youth into the team. So for me, I want James McAtee to be Gundogan's replacement. I want Carlos Borges and Cole Palmer to slowly replace Mahrez as he goes out. I want Oscar Bob to be the replacement of Kevin De Bruyne, Tommy Doyle to slowly get into the team for Rodri. So that's actually my wish on what I want to do. Bayaji says goal of the season by the goon. Give that man what he wants. His experience is irreplaceable. Bayaji, his experience in tough situations is irreplaceable. How many players do you have who turn up in tough situations? And tough situations when the bottle has turned up on you. Aston Villa last season. What did he do? It was a similar Aguero moment for me, very close to that. So I actually think that just give Gundogan whatever he wants. Just make Gundogan an assistant coach as well after the 2 years of contract that he's asking. What an assistant coach Gundogan would be for Pep Guardiola. And what a transition that would be. Everyone's talking about Mikel Arteta, but just imagine Gundo gets 2 years, 3 years experience under Pep Guardiola after his contract finishes. Imagine Pep Guardiola stays here for what, another 2, 3, 4 years, and then Gundo takes over from Pep Guardiola. How would that be? Gundogan on the touchline. He's already been a leader here. He's a captain. Pressure situation. He knows how to win the titles. Has a calm brain. Has a very intelligent brain. Gundogan. Fantastic. Just give him what he wants. I mean, about the game. Just speaking a bit about the game. I actually think that it was a tough game, especially in the first 35 minutes. Last season or the season before, in these kind of games, I know we have won titles last season and the season before as well. But in these kind of games, we would have been a goal down easily because Everton's counter attacks were good. I could say at least 3 or 4 instances today. Calvert Lewin, Alex Iwobi, Dwight McNeil, and how good is Akanji playing at left back? The winger over there didn't have a sniff, and Kyle and Dwight McNeil as well didn't have a sniff as well. So I think defensively 1v1 battles we are just immense. Defensively 1v1 battles we are so good today, and I think that has been a hallmark of this defense. When Joao Cancelo went, a lot of people, including City fans as well, a lot of people were actually telling that, how do you replace Joao Cancelo? Why are you sending Joao Cancelo off? What do you do? This is why Joao Cancelo went. He could not, for the shit of his life, Joao Cancelo could not defend 1v1 situations. Joao Cancelo just could not defend 1v1, 1v1s. So that's why he left Ake, Diaz, Laporte. Laporte is a bit weak 1v1s. I'll just come on to that. But Ake, Diaz, Kyle Walker, Manuel Akanji. What is the common thread that connects them? 1v1 defending. Zakaullah says, bro, Gundo goal unstoppable. That you know what is unstoppable, Zakaullah? The poise in Gundogan's eyes, the poise when he was, in that position striking that goal. If you just look at his eyes, that's where the goal went in. Before the goal went into the net, it was the thing in his eyes. If you can just, from that camera angle, if you can look at the poise in his eyes over there, that's what made the goal. Long before, even when he was striking it, if you look at his eyes, you knew that it would find the corner of the net. No chance for Jordan Pickford over there. We were overhitting a few crosses. Goodison Park, not an easy place to go to, and we remained patient. We remained patient. We had a trust in our defense, which probably we didn't have in the previous seasons. I know previous seasons as well we were defensively good, but and Edison's golden gloves, the goal difference, everything will actually uh, everything will actually tell you that. But in terms of 1v1 defending, I have never seen City so confident here, and in the last decade, I would say. At least surely from Pep has taken over. Never seen City so confident in 1v1 defending. I think this is what is driving our title race. Not the attackers, but the defenders are driving your title race. And Pep Guardiola, even in his most wildest and the best dreams, would never have expected that a defensive line will drive his title race. He would never have expected that he would be happy for his fullbacks to stay back and all of those things. Wonderful from Pep. Bayaji says, what was Edison thinking with that kick in the 6th minute? Exactly, Bayaji, exactly. He kicked it straight to Iwobi, I think. I don't remember, but I think it's Iwobi at the edge of the box. It was good that Diaz was present there. It was good that Walker was with the defending. Edison was loose on another day. It could have been an easy goal and stuff. The first 20-25 minutes, I thought Everton were the more dangerous side. Everton were the more dangerous side. And but Gundogan always had that sniff, right? In the 25th minute, I think Gundogan had a chance and the touch just took it away. Gundogan had another chance to cross it into the box and he overhit it. You know, that's what Pep says. Pep in his second season, I think, second or third season, I don't remember, when we signed Riyad Mahrez, Riyad Mahrez had a bad first season, couldn't settle in, right? And Pep was asked always about that season about, do you is the time of Riyad Mahrez up at the club? How do you deal with getting Riyad into form? And what Pep said was, the great thing about Riyad Mahrez is that he does a mistake, 1v1 dribble, he loses the ball. When the similar situation comes, he has the courage, he has the poise to go on and try the same thing again. Pep said, I love players who don't shirk away from uncomfortable situations, who don't shirk away from mistakes. I've done the mistake once, I'll try it again, twice, thrice. That is what Pep Guardiola said, and you can see those traits in Gundogan, you can see those traits in Jack Grealish, you can see those traits in Phil Foden. That is what Pep will embed. Apart from all of the technical brilliance of Pep, the coaching brilliance of Pep, this is what Pep does, and that is why it takes time to embed into this Pep system. And see with Gundogan, first time missed the chance with that short touch took it away. Second time similar position, exactly similar position, has the audacity to try that. Confidence of Pep. Similar position from crossing, overhit it, did not allow it to impact him. Haaland goal. So this is what Pep Guardiola inculcates, and this is what separates the Champions team from the rest above all the technical brilliance and everything. Nasir is here. Hey Nasir, how are you doing? He says, how's the stream? How's the stream, Nasir, when you see the score line? Zakaula says, check goal again. Foden celebrating before the ball went in. He knew exactly, Zakaula, exactly. When, when Gundogan took the touch, you knew he would score. The boys in his as you knew, and the second goal as well. That was an open goal for Erling Haaland. Nasir says, "No, you're winning. Why?" I don't know, Nasir. I don't know why we are winning. But how are you feeling being an Arsenal fan? How are you feeling, Nasir? Nasir says, yes, you hit 300 subscribers. Let's go, let's go. Thank you for the support, mate. All of you. Thank a lot for the support. JSK says Real Madrid players need to step up. Ah, let's be tense for that game. Afterwards, JSK, because this game's not yet over, 45 more minutes. It will be a season defining 45 more minutes, and this is football. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. JSK says Real Madrid home. Players need to step up, especially Haaland. I think the approach will be different. The approach will be different, JSK. The I think the Madrid game had shades of what we did at Leipzig, had shades of what we did at Bayern Munich. Okay, the Bayern tie was a little different with 3-0, but the plan always was, I think, a draw or a narrow win if we can, but a draw actually. People went shit when we drew 1-1. People went crazy shit when we drew 1-1 with Leipzig, telling that the City team can't do anything and stuff. If the Allianz leg was first we played away, we would have gone there and tried to do 1-1 narrow win or even narrow loss. It's just now Madrid. We were goal down and came back. That's where people are not telling anything. But the plan always was this season, right from the knockouts, last 16, quarterfinals, semi-final, What was the plan? A narrow draw, or even a narrow loss. People would just laugh the shit out of me, but I think Pep would have even taken a narrow loss at the Bernabeu. He would have taken a narrow loss against Leipzig because he knew at home City could do some wonderful stuff, especially in front of the crowd and especially on these Champions League nights. You just can't underestimate the kind of lift the crowd actually gives you. It's just out of this world. And there's an interesting start floating around, and that could have actually driven how Pep is approaching the away legs this season in Champions League. It's not now, it's not last season, it's not when Pep has taken over at City. Right from his Barcelona days, the great Barcelona days, Barcelona versus Inter Milan, rather Inter versus Barca. They lost that like 3-2, and Jose Mourinho famous treble of Inter. They lost the away leg 3-2. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid. Bayern lost the away leg. See, whenever Pep Guardiola has been knocked out of the Champions League, AS Monaco, we lost the away leg. Spurs, we lost the away leg 1-0. Liverpool, 3-0, we lost the away leg. Lyon, we lost on a neutral ground. Bernabeu, we lost the away leg. So whenever Pep Guardiola has been knocked out of the Champions League, Pep has always lost the away leg. That's a damning start. It's not a start of 2 3 years. It's a start of the last 15 years from '08 to 2023. That's a damning stat. And Pep Guardiola has actually seen that stat and has gone in the approach of away legs. So I don't blame him at all for going for that draw actually. Zakaulas says congratulations for 300. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for buddy, and thanks a lot to all of you guys for the support and appreciation you have shown, and all of the moments. I think more than everything, it's all of those moments we have lived together. Aston Villa thing last season, the Real Madrid thing, everything I would say, all the highs and the lows and everything. That's what matters the most for me. Thanks a lot for the support again, everyone. Zakawullah says, what will be your game plan against Madrid? I think we approach it like we approached against RB Leipzig, like we approached against Bayern Munich the first leg. I think the game plan will be similar to what we did against Bayern Munich in the first leg. And I think if Camavinga doesn't play and if Ferl and Mendy plays, I think the game plan will actually differ a bit. If you honestly ask me, I think Madrid are there to be got at. I think you can get at Madrid if Kevin De Bruyne plays those long balls, releases Erling Haaland and all that. We did not do it in the first leg because if we went 2 goals down early on, the morale is gone. See, you cannot win the a Champions League tie in the first leg, but you can very well lose it in the in an away leg. So I think that's why Pep Guardiola has played us defensively, but I think we'll be attacking. We'll be doing what we did against Leipzig, what we did against Bayern Munich. We'll just go attacking over there. But I actually think Pep Guardiola made a little bit mistake in that first leg against Real Madrid. He should have played Julian Alvarez instead of Erling Haaland. That would just have been a surprise for Real Madrid. And also what that would have done is it would have just taken the surprise out of, scared the shit out of Antonio Rudiger and David Alaba actually, because Julian Alvarez falls 9, Rudiger and Alaba suddenly have no one to mark. City have overloads in the midfield. Alvarez can go out wide, overloads everywhere with Alvarez, and overloads with John Stones coming into the midfield. So, and anyway, you're not going to supply Erling Haaland, right? So I think playing with Julian Alvarez was one trick which he missed against Madrid. That is my only kind of a little bit of a angry thing at Pep Guardiola. That's it. Gautam says, I think now Pep can take Haaland off. No, Gautam, no, don't take Haaland off until the 90 minutes is done. Do not take Haaland off. I think at least 75, 80 minutes there. We need to be careful. We just cannot concede early on in this tie. Just kill the tie, guys. Kill the tie. I think we score the third goal and the tie is over. We must score the third goal. JSK says, don't forget, Real Madrid destroyed Liverpool and Barcelona at home. We can't be confident too much. It's a free kick for City. That's true, JSK. That's true. I'm not confident, but playing at home, it's almost like a bit of a comfort, I would say. I know it's Real Madrid. It doesn't matter home, away, and stuff, but it's a little bit of comfort, in front of our people and stuff like that. That's the only thing. And the gameplay will be different. City will go attacking. You know what happened in that tie? I didn't watch the Barcelona thing, but the Liverpool Madrid tie, Liverpool went for it, Real Madrid went for it, and Liverpool scored 2 early goals. And if Liverpool had a good enough defense, Liverpool going 2-0 up, they could have attacked Real Madrid on the counter attack time and again. That's a waste ball, and Give it back to Edison. That is well done. So I think it depends how you look at that Liverpool game. Liverpool, they're so bad. They were so bad at that time. Still, they went toe to toe. They pressed Courtois aggressively, and they got those two goals. So they just could not defend, and that's why they conceded those goals as well. So otherwise, when was the last time you saw a team go to Anfield and in the Champions League and do that? Barcelona came there 3-0 up, a very good Barcelona team with Messi, Osman Dembele, and everyone, and Suarez 3-0 up, and they got destroyed at Anfield. So Zakaula says Haaland played because of two reasons. One, he's the X factor; he can get goal from nowhere. Two, he will always attract two defenders in attack. I partly agree with one of your points, Zakaula, in terms of, Haaland is the X factor; he can get goal from anywhere. That is true, but I don't agree with the second point. Eddie, kick the ball long. Bunch of crap. What was he doing there? Do not want an Ederson mistake. That's the last thing you can have. It's a counter attack on, and it's Phil Ford and Phil with the counter attack. Can he play in someone? Can he play in someone? That's a free kick for City, and that's a yellow card. It's a free kick from a good angle actually. Maybe Riyad Mahrez can do anything. I think he can do something there. Should he have slipped in Gundogan? I just think, but that's fine. He was driving into the box. But the second point, Zakaula, I just don't think, probably I agree with you in terms of he will always attract two defenders in attack. See, Rudiger and Alaba marked him, right? They marked him well. Okay, at least one defender marked him well, which means one player of ours and one player of theirs, right? Get two at time. So it's almost matched. And what Real Madrid were doing is they were taking the game to one side and they were creating overloads there. How did our first goal come? Camavinga, Tony Cruz, Camavinga, Luka Modric, Vinicius Junior. I think even Valverde was somewhere. Uh, on that side, Valverde, Tony Cruz. So overload on that side. We were outnumbered 2v3, 3v4 on that side. If you had Julian Alvarez in those situations, Alvarez can play false nine, right? So he would have come onto that side. He would drop into midfield. A, what it would do is help us in countering those overloads which Madrid are making. B, it would make sure that Alaba and Antonio Rudiger are marked out of the game. Antonio Rudiger and Alaba would not know whether to go with Julian Alvarez. If they went with Julian Alvarez, De Bruyne makes that run, which he made in the early second half against Madrid. Gundogan makes those runs. Grealish makes those runs through the midfield. If they don't, it means that Julian Alvarez have an extra number in the midfield. So that would be the dilemma, It would have given that Real Madrid think tank food for thought, which they would not have planned. And you plan for a striker, a false nine comes up to you. It's not that easy to change it right in the middle of the match. So I think that's why I think playing Julian Alvarez was a trick probably which Pep actually missed. But then hindsight is a great thing in football, and you can say a lot of things. Maybe Pep thought Alvarez was not ready for the big occasions yet to start in a big occasion. What a goal! What a goal! He's on fire! Ilkay Gundogan is on fire! What a goal! Ilkay Gundogan! My man! Love you, Ilkay Gundogan! What a goal! Ilkay Gundogan! Wow! Ilkay Gundogan! Wow! Come on, Ilkay! What a free kick! What has happened to Ilkay Gundogan? Where is Arikai? Wow! Leeds United 2 goals. Now 2 goals. Guys, a question for you. Guys, a question for you. Now if City get a penalty, who will take it? Will it be Erling Haaland or will it be Kai Gundogan? Will it be Erling Haaland or will it be Kai Gundogan? When I actually thought that Mahrez was going to take it. I actually thought that Gundogan, I thought Mahrez was going to take it because from that region, left footer is what you expect. Zakaulasis needs a masterclass against Madrid, and City can get a fourth. Probably Haaland on the ball here. Rodri, just get the fourth now and put this game beyond doubt. Just get the fourth. Phil Foden. Gundo is illegal. Vinay, but they said the same thing about Haaland. They said Haaland is illegal. Do you remember, Vinay? There was Vishal, who was an Arsenal fan on our stream. Uh, I think a couple of days back, he was telling it is illegal to play Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne in the same team. And Erling, it is almost a chance for Erling Haaland to double the lead there. Almost a chance. Wow, this game has just burst into life. That's a foul. Another yellow card. How many people are illegal? How many people? How many people are illegal here in the City team? Gundo, Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne. They, even Arsenal fans actually feel Natanake is illegal because they have not. He is not allowed Saka to have even a free freaking sniff. It's another free kick and I'll change the score. Who will take this now? It has to be left-footed Riyad Mahrez from this range. No chance Gundogan scores from here. I would be stunned if Gundogan scores from here. Riyad, get yourself on the score sheet. Riyad, I think our goal difference now is 16 goals ahead of 44. 17 goals, in fact, ahead of Everton. Ah! That was almost going into the goal as well of a deflection. As Pep Guardiola placed a magnet inside Everton's goal. That was so close to being deflected in. Zakaulas' relegation prediction, please. Southampton are down. Uh, for me, Leicester will go down. I think Leicester will go down. It's been a beautiful story with Leicester, and I actually think they are one of the teams which play attacking football, and it's sad to see them go down. But I don't think they can actually. Gundogan with the cross in. Okay, it's high enough for Erling Haaland, but I don't think they can survive. I think the chance for Leicester to survive was against Everton. I think a week back, uh, Leicester were what 2-1 up against Everton. James Madison gets a one-on-one. He misses. I think Vardy gets a one-on-one at 2-1. He hits the bar. Madison gets a penalty at 2-1. He misses. And the next half, Everton go on and equalize with the second goal. Actually, I think that was the chance. It would have just gone either way, and Everton would have been relegation battle then. So Leicester are gone, I think. The third team is actually interesting for me. Leeds, Nottingham Forest, I think. Everton, I think, are just too good to go down. You look at their attack, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You know, teams go down not because they can't defend, it's because they can't score goals. Just look at Leeds, for example. Can't score uh, sufficient goals at important moments. Patrick Bamford misses a penalty yesterday. If he scores that penalty, I think Leeds win the game. Two extra points, and it could have been a massive thing in the relegation race. I think Nottingham Forest and Leeds. I think it's a toss up between Nottingham Forest and Leeds. I think West Ham don't go down. And I have a soft corner for West Ham, honestly, because West Ham are one of the only teams who, when all of those charges came, West Ham were one of the teams who stood by us. They didn't complain to the Premier League about us. And they did us a huge favor, took points of Arsenal, they took points of Manchester United, denting their top four hopes, and they lost to us. Just don't concede a bloody goal. That's well done by Kyle Walker. That's very well done. That's playing out from the back of the highest order. Also, only Erling Haaland. That's good defending. Just don't concede a bloody goal now. We are not conceding a goal until the 80th minute. That's what I would say. So yeah, for me, Southampton, Leicester, and toss up between Forest and Leeds. I just have a feeling that probably Leeds will stay up. I know, it can be a silly prediction, but Sam Allardyce, been there, done that. I just have a feeling Leeds could actually stay up. Forest have Arsenal. I think a lot of Forest could depend on how they play against that Arsenal team actually. So Forest against Arsenal will be a big game next weekend. If Arsenal fans were thinking relegation threatened Everton and stuff, I would say relegation threatened Nottingham Forest because Everton in this game did not were still safe. They had a sufficient enough position, but I think Nottingham Forest have a real chance. Just why do you take so much time on the ball? I just don't know. Proper. We are a little bit complacent now, guys. Buck up, guys. The game's not done. Do not concede a bloody goal now. Why are we getting a bit complacent here? We just can't be complacent. The match could just turn in the wink of an eye. Good defending. Very good defending. Don't take your bloody foot off the pedal. See, 3 goals is nothing. Leicester could have been 3-3 against us in 5 minutes. Do not take the foot off the gas. Champions don't do that. JSK is Leicester and Leeds. I would say Forest goes down, JSK. That's a corner for Everton over there. Good defending. That's a corner for Everton. I think of all the relegation threatened teams, I think Crystal Palace were actually proactive because Crystal Palace were going nowhere with Patrick Vieira actually. Just don't bloody concede a goal now. That's the only thing I would say. Yes, that's very well defended. Edison with a missed time punch. Very well defended. Just hit that fourth goal and take the stuffing out of Everton now. Throw into City. That's not a handball. Come on, it's come off his leg. City on the counter attack. Play ball to Foden. Foden's in. Foden's almost in there. Foden's in. Haaland tried that acrobatic kick over there. Yeah, I think Crystal Palace acted really proactively. They bought on Roy Hodgson with that experience and he just immediately got Crystal Palace scoring goals. Everyone was surprised at Crystal Palace scoring goals and stuff, but I think Roy Hodgson realized very fast that teams go down because of a lack of goals, not because of lack of defense. Well, Arsenal fans argue with me about the invincible thing, and I actually think that we could draw all the 38 games, be invincible, and still go down. So I think it's nothing to take away from that invincible team. They were just huge, but I'm just telling the importance of scoring goals in a relegation battle. Everton with the attack, good defending, excellent defending there. Foden does extremely well. Great defending, Phil. That's the spirit. That's the spirit, Phil. Great defending. City can strike on the counter. Why can't we get a single pass right? We're on the back foot here. Good defending. I know it's good defending, but just can't allow Everton to have this much of the ball. Just can't allow Everton to keep so much of the ball near our box. Take the stuffing out of the game, guys. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Keep the bloody ball. Keep the ball. cross into the box. That's a good touch, and it's an Everton throw. Throw in for Everton. When will this bloody Everton attack finish? They're having the ball from ages. Why do we go into this counter-attacking mode, sit back and try to hit on the break? We did the same against Fulham with a 2-1 lead. I can understand Kevin Cottage. Saturday afternoon game was difficult, especially after that midweek game against Arsenal. But why do we sit back now? Why don't we just play attacking football? Recovery with a heavy touch, and that's a foul. That's a foul on Akanji. Well done, Akanji. Zakaulas' views on Kovacic's links. Actually, it just went out of my mind a bit, Zakaula, when you asked me about, Gundogan's replacement. Because apparently, from the trusted sources, like your tier 1 and tier 2 sources around City, not tier 1 match, but tier 2 sources, Pep wants Kovacic to be a short term replacement for Gundogan. I know that doesn't add up there because Kovacic is not the best going forward, right? Kovacic has a good shot on him, but Kovacic is not a direct replacement for Gundogan. But you know what the talk is? The talk is that Pep Guardiola wants apparently more physicality in our midfield, and Kovacic can offer that. He wants a press-resistant midfielder who's a bit more physical as well, not in stature but physical in terms of tough to dodge off the ball, body strength. Example. So I think that's why we are actually going in for Kovacic. Kovacic wouldn't be a bad signing, but again for me where does that leave the youth academy? That's the only thing. What is the age of Kovacic now? Foden's driving, Foden's driving. That's a corner for City. It's a goal kick, I think, actually. So where does that leave the youth academy? That's the only that's the thing for me. So I like Kovacic. We were in for him before he joined Chelsea as well. We Pep always rated him a lot. His pressure assistant, his passes are actually underrated. He has a great shot which is underrated as well. His attacking play can obviously develop under Pep. A lot of positive things about Kovacic, but again, he doesn't have that mischief in his game like Gundogan. And for me, I actually think James. I mean, he's 28. Could this be? Could this be a? Could this be a angle of thought where Pep is thinking, I bring Kovacic in and I bring James McAtee in from loan from Sheffield United, and next 3 years for Kovacic until he turns around 30, 31. I can groom James McAtee under Kovacic, and probably after 2 years, maybe I think James McAtee can start to be a full time this thing. That is a better proposal than bringing in a 21, 22 year old James McAllister and just finishing off James McAtee. I think if that is the plan, I think I'm actually okay with bringing in Kovacic. Quality wise, he's just superb. Our midfield will become a beast with Kovacic. And also, I think, especially with Erling Haaland coming through, Pep Guardiola has good block, excellent block. It's a corner for Everton, but that's an excellent block. Yeah, with Erling Haaland coming through as well, I think Pep Guardiola has thought I do not need my midfielders to be over attacking now because Haaland can do that. There is De Bruyne, so I actually think even that's a thing of thought. Pep is trying to shore up the defenses even more. Back four are not moving anywhere. Then he wants Rodri and Kovacic as well. That will just shut down. Edison does well to punch it. Is it an Everton corner or is it a foul on Edison? I think it's a foul. It's an Everton corner there. Good punch from Edison. JSK says no, Kovacic is better than get Mason Mount or even Kai Havertz over Kovacic. JSK, I'm leaving the stream. JSK. Good save by Edison. Excellent save by Edison there. That was a good header from Yerimina, I think, and that's an excellent save from Edison. Just can't concede right now. Just can't concede until the 80th minute. Just don't concede, guys. That's a goal kick for City. City players are complaining about how they are just, there's a man on top of Ederson. He's done very well. JSK, again, the way you have been angry on Ederson, just look at what have you done to Ederson there. He's completely become a different keeper right now. It's completely become a different keeper. What have you done to Ederson, JSK? But anyway, we don't want our old Ederson back. Mason Mount and Kai Havertz are a no-no. I don't know if Almighty Blues FC is still here, but if he's here, he'll don more light on Mason Mount. I don't think even he will recommend Mason Mount to us actually. Just go and sign him and things like that. In fact, I think opposite, he'll be happy to let Mason Mount go. And when a rival club fan is happy to let a player go from his club, you can understand a lot about him. See, we have a lot of. If you want to get Mason Mount, why don't you get James McAllister there than instead? The ceiling of James McAllister for me is a lot more higher than a Mason Mount. So Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. See, we have tens and twenties of Kai Havertz in our academy anyway. Nothing to take off Kai Havertz scored the Champions League winning goal for Chelsea and stuff, but finishing of Kai Havertz is not good enough. And we are in a phase where we are moving more towards ruthlessness over defensive solidity than the other way around. So Mason Mount for me would not provide the same defensive solidity in the midfield, for example, and Kai Havertz would not provide the same attacking ruthlessness like your Haaland has, Julian Alvarez has, even Mahrez has, a Gundogan has, a Grealish has. I know Grealish has not started taking more shots. Grealish is a very good finisher if you have watched him at Aston Villa. So Gautam says if Gundo leaves, which I hope not, but he does, who can fill up his boots? The talk is of Matthew Kovacic, Gautam actually, like Zakaula mentioned as well. Matthew Kovacic links are there. Pep wants him, but if you ask me, but people have long thought Jude Bellingham could be the one who we would be going for. But I think Fabrizio Romano was the one who reported that, not Fabrizio Romano, Ornstein, I think it was David Ornstein of the Athletic, who reported that City were never in for Jude Bellingham and stuff. And I think City board were not happy with his attitude more than anything else. His attitude in terms of, gelling with the team and all. And Tixiki Bagaristan and Pep Guardiola have told in the past as well how they look at the attitude of players in terms of Everton are on the attack. He just started well done. Attitude of the players as well, not just technical ability in terms of recruitment. So I think Florian Wirtz is an interesting one. For me, the closest player in world football to Ilkay Gundogan right now is Florian Wirtz. Rodri under pressure gives the ball away. But again, like I was telling before, I want James McAtee to replace Gundogan in the team, or even an Oscar Bob to come into the team replacing Gundogan. But if you want to buy someone from the outside, it's Florian Wirtz for me. He's the closest, can make those attacking runs. Defensively as well, he's good, not as solid as Gundo, but is good, and that aspect can be developed. So Florian Wirtz on the outside and James McAtee from the academy. My choice is James McAtee from the academy. Utkarsh says Chelsea won't let Mount go anywhere. They are holding meeting to sign a new contract at Chelsea. Apparently, Liverpool want Mason Mount. So that's it. Liverpool want McAllister. Liverpool want Mason Mount. So that is actually very interesting about Liverpool. Is Mason Mount a Jurgen Klopp like midfielder? I probably think yes, in terms of the work rate he provides. It's a throw in for City. Well done, Akanji. What a good game we are having. But he's not what City wants in terms of where we are going. If City wants a Mason Mount type of player, why don't you actually go for Tommy Doyle, who's tearing it up in the academy? His talent is there. His talent is as good, if not more, than Mason Mount. JSK says, why are we not going after Florian Wirtz? Links are with Madrid, JSK, actually, regarding Florian Wirtz. Madrid desperately wanted Florian Wirtz because they think that Florian Wirtz is the future Modric or Cruz successor. I think more of a Modric successor than a Cruz successor. And now that they're signing Jude Bellingham, I don't think they'll go after Florian Wirtz because initially the angle of thought was Florian Wirtz will go to Madrid and City will get Jude Bellingham because mates, England mates with Foden, mates at Dortmund with Haaland and all of those things. But City, due to his attitude and stuff, we did not like something with Julian with Jude Bellingham. So Madrid won Jude Bellingham. I think we'll jump in for Florian Wirtz. The talk is Pep Guardiola wants to assess the academy prospects in the summer transfer window. Pep Guardiola, you know what the talk is around City? The talk around City is that Pep Guardiola wants to bring in people at the age of 27, 28 years of age, experience in the midfield, and groom the youngsters. Cole Palmer, Jan Kuto is another example who's on loan, who'll be coming in. We got him for £8 million. They say he's the future successor of Kyle Walker. So all of those things. This Callum Doyle from the championship. I think Callum Doyle has actually been excellent. He's just been superb in the this thing. They say that Callum Doyle reminds people of the of future England captain. Is that good? Callum Doyle is that good. So he's left-footed as well. His passing range, his ability to come into the midfield, he's pacey as well. So Laporte, for me, it's Laporte, Callum Doyle, Kyle Walker, Jan Kuto, Ikai Gundogan, James McAtee, Riyad Mahrez, Carlos Borges, or Cole Palmer. So already there are four replacements. I have Rodri, probably Romeo Lavia. So already have five youth players as a replacement. So Pep wants to bring in Kovacic, groom these youth players, and then in the midfield, for example, and then get these youth players playing regularly. That's the plan. That's the plan. JSK says Martin Odegaard will be a dream signing if Haaland somehow manages to convince him to City. But JSK, I firmly believe that James, I know I've said this name 10, 20 times in this stream, but I'll say it another 10, 20 times because James McAtee has every bit of talent as Martin Odegaard. James McAtee and Oscar Baba, two names who I would say have every bit of talent as a Martin Odegaard. That's a counter attack there. Riyad Mahrez is through. Ah, referee has to stop play there. Erling Haaland is down. Everton are playing, but Erling Haaland is down. And now City will not stop play for Alex Iwobi. Bernardo is coming on. I think Gundo is off. Utkar says is McAtee good up front. Is absolutely very good. Why is that not a penalty there? Why is that not a penalty there on Erling Haaland? Pickford just pushes him down. He's very good. He's very good, Utkarsh. James McAtee, goal scoring wise. James McAtee they call him Salford Silva. His play is as silky as David Silva, but and he has an Ikai Gundogan game to him in terms of making those runs up front and goal scoring. If you just look at this goal scoring numbers in the championship, they're very good for a midfielder. So Pep Guardiola said this about James McAtee. James McAtee has the same numbers as what a Carlos Borges has almost. And I think last season or the season back, he was the top goal scorer in the EDS for us. So James McAtee's attacking shot, his shots from midfield, it's just fantastic. Just fantastic. His David Silva added with goals added up front. So that's just it's just superb. It's just superb, James McAtee. And another name which we did not mention. Another name which we did not mention. I think even you guys have missed that name, Maxima Parone. We got him for 14 million, I think, from River Plate, Maxima Parone. And and I think it was Zakawala who mentioned about signing Frankie de Jong from Barcelona. They say Maxima Parone is the next Frankie de Jong. He's unpressable. He's just superb. And Maxima Parone is in the midfield as well. And Maxima Parone's goal scoring ability, his shots are also fantastic. So suddenly there's an abundance of youth talent coming through an abundance of youth in our team as well. Akanji has been so good this game again. I mean, it's so funny that people say City have spent so much and this that. Yes, we have spent upfront in the first 5 years. We have spent when Pep Guardiola came in early on. That is fine. But if you look at the last 2, 3, 4 years, our recruitment has been fantastic, especially the last season. You you look at Akanji, 15 million pounds, Julian Alvarez, 15 million pounds, Maxima Parone, 14 million pounds. Uh, I mean, you just bite your hand off. Julian Alvarez in today's market will be worth 80 million pounds. United would pay 80 million pounds for him. Nathan Ake, what a steal, it was 30, 35 million pounds, close to 40 million pounds from Chelsea all those seasons ago. So, from Bournemouth, in fact, all those seasons ago. So recruitment has been very good, and do not let this talk of City have spent so much this that fool you, because if you actually look at the net spend table of the last 10 years, I'm not telling 2 years, last 10 years from 2012 to 2022, the net spend table of City, you know how much we are behind Arsenal? We have just spent 100 million pounds more than Arsenal in the last 10 years. That's it. That's it. And Arsenal fans will not agree with you. They'll fight tooth and nail, but that's the truth. That's the figure. We have just spent 100 million pounds more than Arsenal. And Arsenal will recruit heavily, obviously, in the summer. And by next season starting, Arsenal would have spent more than us in the last 10 years, net spend wise. What people don't get is we are a good selling club in terms of, getting good money for youth products. Last season, we have made what I mean, this season we have made a lot of money. Romeo Lavia, we have made money. We have made, Gavin Bazunu, we have made money. We have made a lot of money selling all of these small youth players. And I think Anthony Lopez or someone, I don't remember his name, we have got 18, 20 million for him. So all of these things don't go in the media. What goes in the media is Jack Grealish, 100 million pounds. City are just destroying football. City are spending money. There's a thought to how we spend money. Jack Grealish 100 million because it was necessity. Because it was the way how Pep Guardiola wanted to play. And in a way, I think I'm not comparing clubs here, I'm not comparing managers here, but in a way, I think Chelsea missed a manager like Pep Guardiola probably when Todd Bowley was going on that spending spree, because Graham Potter did not know what his vision would be a year down the line, even if it did not work instantly. Because Pep Guardiola, Grealish, Mahrez, just imagine just remembering what was my reaction, for example, when we were playing the Community Shield against Liverpool at the start of the season. Grealish, Mahrez. The first half of the season, whenever Grealish, Mahrez started, in this channel, we were just catching our heads like this. What is this? What is happening? Why do they slow the game down? And but Pep Guardiola had a vision of making the slow wingers on both the wings work, because he knew to play up front with Haaland like that you needed to have that. So when fans were calling Ford and Haaland Alvarez up front, Pep Guardiola stuck to Grealish, Haaland, Bernardo, Grealish, Haaland, Mahrez up front, and look at what we are achieving right now. So I think in a way Chelsea, maybe Graham Potter didn't have that experience of imagining 1 year down the line, this will be my play, these are the players I want. And initially, I might get it wrong, face boost from the fans, but still, I'll explain it to the owner, this is what I want. I think Graham Potter himself was a bit confused about all of these things. I think that's why I would say it's a great move. It's a fantastic move actually to get Mauricio Pochettino. Fantastic move, because Mauricio Pochettino, he might not get you to the title. I might be wrong, but he might not get you to the title. But what he will get you is stabilize the club, bring in a pathway for youngsters to come into the club, which Chelsea have abundance of still. He will guarantee you top four Champions League money coming in. He will set a style of play at the club. He'll use all of his experience being in the Premier League. I think it's one of the best signings. It's better than Julian Nagelsmann. I've actually seen people, rival fans, and even a few Chelsea fans as well, say that Julian Nagelsmann would have been the better option, but for me, Mauricio Pochettino. Well, let us focus on the match now. And just a bit about this, and just a bit about the Calvin Phillips thing. Uh, People are like going on Calvin Phillips actually, Jack Grealish and stuff. I mean Calvin Phillips, just like we went on Jack Grealish, but they call Calvin Phillips for Yorkshire Perlo for no reason. What Pep wanted out of Jorginho, actually, Pep is actually getting out of Calvin Phillips. I mean, that's what Pep wants out of Calvin Phillips in terms of that quick passing. The range of passing of Calvin Phillips is actually very good. So Calvin Phillips will actually come through. Uh, Zakawullah is here. He says, by the way, what do you do, bro? I'm building a startup. I'm building a startup right now. Zakawullah. I'm building a startup relating to studying abroad. That's what I do. I do right now. Yeah. And then I do this, and then I have a blog related to city as well. You can probably check it down with the link below. How's the game been, guys? How's the game been? What are your comments about the game in the closing stages? What do you think about City's performance? It's a counter attack for City. Rodri mistimes the pass actually. But what are your thoughts on the game? For me, it was a tough game. It was a tough afternoon. We didn't panic. That's the one thing I would say. But the game's not done. The game's not done yet. So we'll discuss it after the game in the post match show. Zakaula says Rodri needed to sub off. Looks tired. There are some people, Jacobel, in this City team who have done some immense sacrifices for this team this season and even last season. I think should be. I know we are grateful as City fans, but I think we should be much more grateful. The first thing that comes to my mind is, well, Aymeric Laporte last season. Last season at the end, we were ragged like this. We did not have any centre backs. Walker was injured. Diaz was injured. Stones was injured. Ake was injured. Aymeric Laporte got a knee injury, but he played with pain the last couple of matches. I'll always ever be grateful for Aymeric Laporte to that. Whatever happens, we'll be very grateful to Aymeric Laporte for that. And this season, Rodriguez ran himself into the ground. How many games has Rodri missed? One game, that's it, right? You know why Pep is not subbing off Rodri? 84th minute, I think, against Leicester, we were 3-0 up. Pep subbed off Rodri for Calvin Phillips. What did Calvin Phillips do? Came in, gave Leicester a goal from a corner. He just put it on a plate to Iheanacho, and Iheanacho scored. He should. Calvin Phillips makes another mistake. Madison goes through one on one. Lucky that Madison didn't score that day. Otherwise, it would have been 3-2, it would have been 3-3, whatever against Leicester. Pep doesn't trust Calvin Phillips yet, even when it's 3-0 and 5 minutes to go. Because it could have been 3-3 from the same situation against Leicester. So, but then I think we need to be patient with Calvin Phillips. Like I said, he's called the Yorkshire Perlo. His range of passing, his diagonal switching, everything is just fantastic. We just need to be patient and we'll just reap the rewards like we did with Jack Grealish. The way we are defending is fantastic. It's like City want a clean sheet at all costs. Foden does extremely well over there. The runs from Dikaure were very well managed today. The marking in the midfield was very good. That's another speciality about Gundogan, which is rare to find. He does his defensive duties well, and he also finds the time to attack as well. So that is just fantastic. Akanji, how good has he been? Shut down that right hand side of Everton completely. Is again that's a foul. That's a foul on Jack Grealish. By the way, do you guys think is Akanji a centre back, left back, right back? What is he? What a signing he has been. How much did he pay for him? Around 20 million pounds, I think, right? Manuel Akanji, 20-25 million pounds. And the guy has played every position about around the back line, right, left back, right back. It's Calvin Phillips. Is it? Yes, Rodri is substituted. Rodri is substituted. Zakavala, you've got your request. Rodri is substituted. Calvin Phillips. I still don't trust Calvin Phillips to see this game out. So for 25 million pounds, where do you get a guy who can play left back, right back, centre back? And it's not that he's played left back against Nottingham Forest, right back against Leeds United or a relegation staff team. He's played left back against Bukayo Saka, who's one of the best wingers this season, who's been one of the most informed wingers this season of your nearest title challenger. He's played right back against Bayern Munich in a Champions League quarter-final, facing against Sane, Coman. Bayern Munich wingers switched, unable to face him up. You can just understand the stature of the man that has gone from playing centre back, boom, to left back. Look at Jack Grealish irritating the shit out of Everton there, buying in fouls after fouls and is having a laugh. The Goodison crowd and Everton getting getting their own treatment. Jordan Pickford getting his own treatment in terms of wasting time. Why doesn't Pickford waste time now? Zagaula says Perlo comes in. Yorkshire Perlo comes in. At least let us call him that. Just to have big respect on Andrea Perlo. But if Calvin Phillips can just get his groove in and make those passes, what a fantastic team this would be. Because Calvin Phillips, we must not forget that against the Liverpool in his prime under Marcelo Bielsa, he's held an entire midfield on his own. He's held an entire midfield on his own against Stars under Marcelo Bielsa. So he's just taking time to adjust, that's all. And CDM is one of the most complex roles that can ever exist in Pep Guardiola's world, at least. Not in football. So very difficult to play. At least it does well. They're protecting the ball, Calvin Phillips. There have been the interesting thing is there have been some huge stories around the City team. That just makes your chest swell with pride. That just makes your heart miss a beat or to have those goosebumps. The story of John Stones, for example, he was almost, if you remember that season, I think 18-19 or 17-18 season, 17-18 season, I think, just before that. 18-19 season where we went toe-to-toe with Liverpool. John Stones is almost about to leave and Newcastle were coming in for him. Newcastle were just taken over. A lot of injuries. A lot of people did not see any future for John Stones at City, but he worked it up and he just worked his way up. What a story of belief, determination, perseverance coming out from injuries. News came after that. He's had some personal issues as well. That is a great story of what determination can do to you. And then the story of Jack Grealish, struggling for 1.5 years, and he's worked his way up. The story of Nathanake for 2 years at the club, he was almost, people thought that he was never going to fit in Pep's system. Pep should sell him and stuff. And look at where he is. He's one of the best left backs in the world right now, not just the league. So look at where it has come, where he has come. So this This entire City team is riddled with stories of determination and perseverance, and I think that is what makes this team so extra special. That is what makes this team so close to our heart. JSK is what about Ake? Will he be available at Wednesday? That's a mystery, JSK. That's a mystery. That's a mystery. Will he be available or not? But honestly, I think Akanji did a wonderful job on Rodrigo, right? We did not see Rodrigo at all in that Real Madrid game. He just, blocked out Rodrigo. So I actually think I would not be as worried if Ake is not available. I mean, I would not want to rush Ake further because if you rush him quickly, what if, because we know Ake has had hamstring problems. I think around about January he was out for a month with hamstring and stuff. And the last thing you want is to rush Ake fast. So I think I'm not as worried about that left back position, especially what Akanji has shown me. So Akanji might not have the pace of Ake, but his 1v1 ability is very good and his football intelligence is outstanding, I think. I think we can learn. I think one thing which we can learn from great defenders of the past is, be it John Terry, be it Ruben Diaz right now at City, be it other great defenders, you don't need to have rapid pace, but I'm not comparing John Terry with Ruben Diaz here. No chance, at least till now. Ruben Diaz has a long way to go, but pace is not everything. Football intelligence is what matters. JSK says, but their Kamavinga is injured. That is true. Kamavinga is injured, but Furlan Mendy is Furlan Mendy has recovered. So Furlan Mendy will actually play instead of Kamavinga. But the tie will be completely different. It will be an end-to-end match. I cannot say what will happen, but it will be an end-to-end match. See, that's why this match is a big relief in what has happened here, because the last thing you would want is dropping points here and then going into that Real Madrid game with doubts lingering over your mind about could we lose the title in a week? That's what would have happened if we lost this game to Everton, right? Because Brighton away, Brentford away are so difficult. Anything can happen. Chelsea at home, anything can happen. I'm still never writing off the Chelsea side. Anything can happen. So that's why this game was important because suddenly that in that Real Madrid game we play with courage rather than with panic. JSK says Mendy is dog shit at attacking, to be honest. But JSK, do you remember what happened last time? That's it, City have won. It's a great 3-0 win. We have scored the third goal and we have just seen it off very well. We could have defended a 1-0 lead today, but it could have been iffy times, touchy times. It was 1-0, but excellent performance, I would say, from us. A fantastic, dodged performance, I would say. Don't let the three goals fool you. They were individual brilliance from Ilkay Gundogan. I would describe this performance as dodged. I would describe this performance as the performance of a champion team who have come here with determination, who have come here with the belief that whatever might happen today, the sky might fall today, we might have to walk on over fire, over water. It did not matter. We are not gonna leave Goodison Park without a win. That is what was the mentality of this team today. It is, and it is not about the bench strength, this, that, which Arsenal players to talk about. We couldn't substitute Rodri. Where is the bench strength? And you have Partey and Jorginho there. Where did the bench strength go now? More than the bench strength, I think what separates City, this is not the first time we are doing 18, 19, 20, 20, last season and right now. You know what separates City from the rest of the teams? What separates the champion teams, which go that extra mile from the rest of the teams, is they have that something inside which actually tells them to go on. They have that I don't know what it is, that reserve of energy, something inside where they dig deep in and find it. That is what City have had today. Not an easy game, not an easy game at all. Arsenal came here and lost 1-0 at Goodison Park. Not an easy game, but we fought through the odds and won this match. Off and on, we go to Madrid. I mean, we invite Madrid for the second leg of the Champions League. John Stones has got rest today, much needed rest. Bernardo has got rest today. Grealish has got rest today. Pep has rested whoever it's possible from, and Haaland honestly has also had rest today. Didn't have much to do, right? Fantastic game overall. So JSK, just talking about Mendy and his attacking his dog shit. It the last time what happened, first leg against Madrid at the Bernabeu, Mendy crossed and Benzema scored. You know what was the X? The cross was one of the worst crosses you'll ever see. The XG of that shot was 0.07 or something, and Benzema scored from that. So when Madrid are able to score goals from 0.1 xg, 0.01 xg, it doesn't matter how shit their fullbacks are attacking wise, for example. So so I actually think, but Mendy is good defensively as well. Uh, so I think the game will be attacking game. We'll have to target if Militao is playing. It will be interesting again. What whether he'll start with Rudiger or I don't know about the squad, but we'll discuss it afterwards of what Madrid will do. I mean, coming to this game, it's a big statement win for me. I think it's a big statement win. One more, I think one more game against Chelsea, we win it. I think we have one hand in the Premier League title, more than one hand, but I would say judiciously one hand because I don't want to be because champions never, they take anything from granted for granted and they say, we have won the title, this that. Arsenal fans seemingly have won the title back in February, right? Back in March when City were what so many points behind Arsenal actually. So never until it's over, never ever say the title's done or things are done. Football will just bite you so badly that you'll not be able to recover from it. Again it's a fantastic win for City. I mean player ratings I would say it would be. I'm not going to sit here, by the way, don't worry. I'm not going to sit here and give mark each player out of 10. No, I don't do that. But honestly, I would say giving anyone less than 8 is just a usual, it's just a useless exercise in, mark in giving ratings. Everyone was very good. Everyone was superb. They stuck to their task, right from Ruben Diaz to Kyle. But what I would say is Kyle Walker and Manuel Akanji, both of them have been very, very good. They have been super good in terms of 1v1 battles. When was the last time we had a team? We had a team of four defenders who are one of the best in the world, who are in the top five, top 10 in the world in terms of pure 1v1 defending. That is what separates the City team from even the Centurions team or the teams of the past. That's what I would say. Again, a fantastic victory, and thanks a lot for joining me. And this all of your comments and everything are absolutely fantastic. It's just wonderful interacting with all of you guys, and see you all guys, and just enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Arsenal game, I would say, because if Arsenal drop points, that's it. If Arsenal drop points, that's it. I think it's then we'll have more than one hand on the trophy. I'll be fair. So just enjoy that Arsenal Brighton game. Much more, with much more ease than what it would be if you had dropped points in this Everton game. Statement victory, not just a statement for the Premier League, but it's a statement for Real Madrid. The statement for Real Madrid saying that you play Getafe, who are in the relegation scrap and who are a very easy team with rotating everyone. We do not rotate many, and we go to a tough place and win. This is what City is. This is what winning in the Premier League is. It's a statement win for the entire Europe, for not just City. Anyway, guys, thank you. Thanks a lot, and see you all again.